Hey, this is Jessica Hammer, host of Crowned and Dangerous. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media.
This is John Lauder, host of The Cheap Seats here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you're done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, The Cheap Seats, where we talk about sports from the fans' perspective. A new show comes out every Monday. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you never miss an episode of The Cheap Seats. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Being brave isn't the absence of fear. Being brave is having that fear, but finding a way through it. Bear Grylls. Ooh, that's a good one. Being brave isn't the absence of fear. Being brave is having that fear and finding a way through it. Fear is something that is going to be in our lives no matter what. Fear is false evidence appearing real. Fear can make everyone run. Fear can make everyone rise. You can forget everything and run, or you can face everything and rise. There's so many cliches and so many quotes out there that talk about fear. But you know what? Everything is on the other side of fear. Everything that you want to achieve, everything that you want to do in life is on the other side of fear. Fear is a thing of the devil. It is something that is put inside of us to, well, first of all, it was created as part of fear is the thing that keeps us safe, right? Is originally meant to keep us alive and to make sure that we are away from danger. But fear can also, in the regular sense, and of like today's society, where we don't necessarily have to worry about tigers or bears or things of the nature on a regular basis, but it's about finding, letting other things from societal, of other people's views, of all kinds of things stop us in our tracks from doing the things that we want to do. And so today I want to talk to you about getting rid of fear, living a fear-free life. And that may seem super impossible, and actually it kind of is, but these 10 tips today are going to help you reduce that fear and help you live a happy, healthier life. Welcome to Choose to Rise. Welcome to Public House Media. I am so glad that you're here with me today. And if you want to connect with me more, head to chooseriseup.com. It recently got a facelift, and I would love for you to check it out there. You can scroll to the bottom of the page and hit the connect section and send me a message. Let's get connected and talk about what it is that you love about Choose to Rise, what it is that you'd like to hear more of on Choose to Rise, or just get connected and work together in living a healthier and God-living life. All right, let's get rolling here. 10 ways for you to fear less, or have less fear in your life. At some point, we all recognize that we live completely and utterly ingrained with fear, right? There is fear everywhere in our lives. Fear is practical in some ways. It keeps us out of danger. It keeps us from, touching the hot stove. It keeps us from, stepping out into the busy cars of traffic. But, fear also helps or holds us back in so many ways. And it's by letting go of fear and freeing ourselves from the pressures of being perfect and living this perfect life and being this perfect person for so many people. That is a freeing experience. And when you can free yourself from fear, you can free yourself up from having all kinds of pressures on you. So let's talk today about how you can live free from fear. Number one is see the good in your life. Stay focused on the good. Write down what you appreciate about your day every night before you go to bed. Maybe you do every morning when you wake up, but having an attitude of gratitude, you've heard me say this before, having an attitude of gratitude is one of the best things that you can do in your day to make sure that you're living a grateful heart and that you're readily available to see the positive things that are part of your day. Even when you're having a down day, there's always something to be grateful for. So keep that up. Keeping a positive mindset, being grateful for all the things you have in your world. Faith and fear cannot live in the same heart. So when you're being grateful, when you're being faithful, then you can't have fear there either. So stay focused on the good, and the bad won't be able to be there. Number two, trust that you have the skills that you can get through hard or difficult times. Fearing bad things happening and feeling that you'll not survive them is a mark of anxiety. And we have all gotten through hard times in the past. You are way stronger than you believe you are. You are way stronger than you think you are. And so when we all have greater skills to do better next time. Everything that we have in this life is an experience that has taught us something that helps us be stronger, and then we can get to the next thing. Everything in your life has prepared you for this moment. You will be able to get through every single thing that comes to you because you've been prepared through life and through what you know and through what you've experienced in this past. So take stock in your skills. Remember, hard times are also opportunities to connect and hold on to what's truly important to you. So if you're really excited about something, if you're really nervous about something, think about what it is that you have done in the past that will help you get through what it is today. Number 3, don't be afraid of the anxiety. Anxiety needs you to be afraid of it and have power over you. So since anxiety feels so uncomfortable, we often do fear it, right? If we were to say, oh, this is just anxiety, just let it come, we would take the wind out of its sails and wouldn't come to be much less than if we were afraid. And so if you notice it, honor it, acknowledge it, and then move on from it. The really time that anxiety and fear and struggle all really kind of come into one thing is when we allow it to, when we let it become more than it needs to be. And again, if you can acknowledge it, you can take it over and control it, and just know that it doesn't have to control you. You get to control your thoughts and your mind. Number 4, do something that makes you feel better. Recognize that you're taking action to help yourself and that you can take action to help yourself instead of being passive recipient of the anxiety or the fear or the things that are controlling you. This will give you a sense of being more in control than out of control. Pray about it. Talk to God about it. Yesterday, we started a series at church about lamentations, and it's 100% biblical to lament. It's okay for you to talk to God. It's okay for you to bring your fears and your worries and your struggles to Him and your anxiety, and let go and let Him do these things for you, right? So do something that makes you feel better. Pray about it, exercise, eat better, talk to a friend, do something about it. Last night, my son came upstairs after he went to bed, and he was like, how do you guys stop thinking about things? And we're like, well, what do you mean? And he was telling us that, he's got some negative things in his head and he's got some positive things in his head. And like, he's really excited about the cruise that we're about to go on. But he's also he had some fears in his heart, and I was like, well, let's talk about them. Like, that's how we get, work through things. And we sat and talked about them for a little bit. And then I was like, okay, now I kind of feel like you're avoiding bedtime. Let's go to bed. But really, not being afraid of it, do something that makes you feel better, talk to someone, take action to do something about it, and not just let it sit and stir and worry in you like that. Number 5, get in touch with your 5 senses to help you stay present in the moment. For example, look at the woven pattern of a piece of cloth. Focus closely on the breath going in and out of your nose. Listen to some music. Anxiety is worry about the future, and you can't necessarily always control the future. You can't change anything from your past. So letting go of those things and letting your 5 senses, maybe it's touching something soft. Maybe it's, listening intently. Maybe it's looking for the good in the day and the positive things, the blessings that you have in your life. Stay in the moment of what you are currently in. Stay in the moment of the positive. Look for all the blessings that you have, and look with all your senses. Feel, do all the things that you need to do in order to be present in the moment. Number 6, remind yourself that anxiety is temporary. Panic attacks last for just a little bit of time. Most people know how long they last. Remember that you will get through it with time and the time frame, and that this might really help you be less scared and then allow you to pass through it faster, actually, because you know that it's not going to last forever. And when you can deal with the issues that you have, and really talk them through and, come to terms with them instead of always pushing them down inside of you, you'll be able to get rid of it much faster. I was talking to a very dear friend this weekend, and she has suffered from panic attacks and anxiety, high risk anxiety, for many, many years. And she has been going to therapy the last few months and has really dealt with a lot of the emotions that have caused that anxiety and those fears and those struggles. And she is just a freer person. You can tell by the smile on her face. You can tell by the confidence that she shows up in a room with people maybe she doesn't even know. And she's just lighting up the room now. I'm so proud of her, and just remembering that anxiety is temporary, that she doesn't have to control everything, that every life is going to be a beautiful thing regardless. And, it's been so amazing to watch her kind of let go of the things that she can't control and be present in the moment and live a happy, wonderful life. Number 7, breathe. You focusing on your breath, breathing in low in your belly, counting the pattern of the breath really helps you increase your focus. And it's something that we did with our students when I was a teacher, when they get all anxious, is just to calm yourself down by taking deep breaths, low breaths, and focusing on that breath. And when you can focus on the good, the positive, the oxygen coming in, you can just release a lot of that pressure and that stress that's in your life. Number 8, connect with someone or something. Anxiety breeds in isolation. It wants you to hold it in. It wants you to be afraid. It wants you to focus on all the negative. So connecting with a family member, a friend, a pet, even a tree outside, find something in your life that you can go and just be. Connect to God. Be in prayer wherever you are. Yell at Him. Pray to Him. Cry to Him, whatever you need to do, but connect with someone or something and let out the anger, let out the frustration, let out the fear, let out all of those things. And once it's outside of you, it cannot be a part of you anymore. Having a sense that you're not alone in life will also help you be less scared of it. So connect with someone, connect with something. Number 9, remember that anxiety cannot hurt you. It just feels like it. It's not something that's physical. It's not something that can have a hold on you. It's just something that we mentally allow to have a hold on us. Anxiety might feel like a heart attack or that you're going to stop breathing, but it's just an experience of things. And the fear that you're dying increases the anxiety. Remember that it's only anxiety at work, and anxiety in itself cannot physically hurt you. It's all a mental and emotional feeling. And so when you can get control of your feelings and get control of your thoughts, that's where you're going to be able to make a change and do something different. Number 10, this is the biggest one that you need to think of and you need to remember. Stop judging yourself. Anxiety often has us blaming ourselves or everything else, and this makes you feel lousy and increases the anxiety. It increases your fear of failure. It increases all kinds of negative emotions inside of you. So let the judgments go. Have compassion for yourself. See the good inside of yourself. Know that God wants you to be living well and that you can let go of these things. If you absolutely 100% need medical help, I seek you. I encourage you. I want you to go get the help that you need, whether that's with a therapist, whether that's with a psychologist, maybe it's medication for a while. You need to do the things that you need to do in order to help yourself get back to the place where you can be. No amount of faith, no amount of encouraging and breathing and believing in yourself and those kinds of things at times are going to help you get out of this. Panic attacks sometimes are just going to be a part of your life until you actually deal with the things that are being a part of those things. So sometimes that's going to be medication. Sometimes that's going to be working with a therapist. Sometimes it's going to be just talking to a friend. Whatever the severity of your situation is, I encourage you, I implore you, I want you to be happy and healthy and be living a life free from fear. So if those 3 options are something that you need to do, or maybe it's just these 10 little things that you can start doing because it's not that bad yet, I really implore you to go forward and do great things with your life and let go of the fear, because fear is just false evidence appearing real. And it is holding you back from a lot of things. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. So if we can just take hold of it and we can be brave and do something anyway, because being brave isn't the absence of fear. It's being brave is having that fear and doing it anyway. So thank you for joining me today. If you like today's show, if you like today's episode, I hope that you comment, share, do something with it. Let other people know about Choose to Rise. And I hope to see you back here again as we continue the rest of the week. Talk to you later.